So if you've been following my newsletter, you know I can't stop fawning over these things. They are just so cool. And this is not a design I'd typically be drawn to. They go with nothing in my wardrobe. I mean, look at me. I look like I'm about to take a sweet girl out for a hot fudge sundae, not man in armored dune buggy. I'll get to my use case later, but first let me explain why these are so cool, so unique, and it's wild that Oakley made these at all. Okay, hopping into the history of Oakley X-Metal. X-Metal is a line of titanium sunglasses Oakley produced from '97 to 2012. You've definitely seen them before because they've been worn by all kinds of athletes and they've been in all kinds of movies. Michael Jordan rocked them, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, Brad Pitt in... I'm sorry guys, I just realized that was a video of me, not Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. This is the photo I meant to show you. Black Hawk Down. You understand how I made that mistake though, right? Guy riding out of a building on a motorcycle in southern Mexico. Really dangerous, adventurous, brave, cool. Honest mistake. So the concept of these went into play in the 90s, and there were really no titanium sunglasses being made at the time because it's just such a difficult material to work with compared to, say, steel or aluminum. But the founder of Oakley was on one and needed to make a set of titanium sunglasses, so he did what any of us would do and bought a golf club casting plant in Nevada and then turned that into the X-Metal plant. And what's really interesting is to hear the people who worked on this project talk about it, because it was totally black ops within Oakley. If you didn't work on this project, you didn't know about it. They even went as far as to manipulate the transit system. I made an illustration to explain this. Titanium, Oakley X-Metal. Supposedly they used 3 or 4 trucks so that this guy wouldn't know where it was going and this guy wouldn't know where it was coming from. These really were outliers because when you think of Oakley, you think something that's probably produced quickly and in high volume, and I'm sure most of them are. These were different. These were the first of their kind. You had these sweeping lines of titanium. Mind you, this was in the 90s. The first set came out in 97. Do you know what tech was like in 97? Game Boy Color came out in 98. My dad used 2 pagers at this time. Why'd you need 2 pagers, Dad? Why'd you need 2? Let me read these stats. In production, one set of sunglasses would take up to 3 weeks to make, 27 different machine operations, 75 pairs of hands that touch it before it's done. And all that to say, these were expensive. When they came out, MSRP was around $300 in 97. In today's money, that's over $500. And unfortunately, they've only shot up from there. A super clean set of these can go for over $2 grand. A lot of money. A lot of money. I actually think this is a good look. It looks like I'm going to Burning Man in the 1950s. So there are several models in the X-Metal line. I'm going to be talking about my favorites, the Juliets. These are brilliant, and I find the design fascinating because they somehow sit in 2 spaces of time at once. Like, these feel nostalgic to the 90s kid in me, while at the same time, these seem super futuristic still. Like, if an alien came down and was wearing these and said, "These are from the year 3000, I would say, yeah, they are. These look like they are going 100 miles an hour sitting still, like a hypercar. They even seem to have intake ports on them which cleverly hide screws that allow you to swap out lenses in a minute flat. But the masterstroke of these is how they've taken titanium sunglasses and have made them flexible and comfortable. And the way they've done that is by riveting in rubber washers that give these a bit of give. It's brilliant, but it's also the failure point on these, and you need to know about this. If you buy a pair of these, which are decades old at this point, you're likely going to have some work done to them. The rubber that's used in these just wears out, becomes too flexible. Case in point, mine. So in learning about this rubber wear issue that they all have, I explicitly asked the seller of mine, are they still tight? To which he said, yeah. No, they weren't, dude. No, they weren't, dude. When I received these, they were unwearable. And with no understanding of how these were supposed to fit, I just thought these sunglasses simply didn't fit my face. They were huge. So I sent them off to have a nose bridge tune-up done to fix the flex issue, thinking that when I got them back, I was probably just gonna resell them and at least the new owner wouldn't have to worry about it. But I got them back, the flex issue was completely fixed, and to my excitement, the fit of these was completely changed. It almost shrunk them down to fit my face. And that, by the way, is one of the greatest parts about these. Everything can be replaced. The rubber, the lenses, these will last forever. By investing in Oakley Juliets, you are setting up your family to flex forever. Let's talk about my use case. I got them for running. I needed something for running, and my dailies are Moscot Lemtosh, size 44, just like Johnny Depp. I checked with Moscot, and I love these, but these fall off my face if I think too hard, and I wanted something that looked a bit sporty, that would stay on my face, that didn't make me look like Macho Man Randy Savage. By the way, why is everyone wearing those now? You look crazy. It has to stop. This is you running a 5K. This is you. It has to stop. It has to stop. So the first active sunglasses I bought were Randolph Engineering Aviators. Great sunglasses, well built. I thought I was gonna look like a badass out of Top Gun. It didn't happen. They didn't work on my face, to put it nicely. So I kept looking, kept going down the rabbit hole, stumbled upon X-Metal, saw Michael Jordan wearing them, saw Tom Cruise wearing them. They looked cool. And then I stumbled upon the Oakley Juliets in Black Hawk Down, and I was like, that's it. Okay, so how have these performed as running sunglasses? A fellow runner and Oakley wear said to me, Juliets are for flexing, not running. I'm happy to announce Juliets are for flexing and running. They've been pretty good, and it's really because of two reasons. The design of these wraps around your head. Your head is basically encased in titanium, and they actually hook on to the back of your head. And then you have the nose of them, which is rubber, and they just simply don't slip. So there's really no way these can fall off my face. Pretty good. Actually, one last thing about the design. So these are titanium, and this right here is so tight that if I slide it on, it actually jams into the side of my head. So the way I actually put these on is over the top like this, and I've seen others have to do this. So I do that so it doesn't jam into my head, but hopefully it also extends the life of the nose bridge, so I don't have to do another nose bridge tune-up sooner than later. Okay, let's wrap this up. These are an iconic design, they have a cool story, they'll last forever, they're titanium. Titanium is catnip for men, we lose our goddamn minds. I don't know if I should say this so we don't get taken advantage of, but companies, do you want to sell more products than you ever imagined? Make that out of titanium. Government, do you want to pass that new law? Just tell us it's titanium. And I'll be like, yeah. The exponential tax on water and electricity sounds like you thought of everything. Sounds reasonable. Titanium aside, I can't get over the design. These are both nostalgic and futuristic at the same time. They're just so interesting and they're so if you know, you know. Like if I saw some dude working on his lawn wearing Juliets, I'd think, one, that's a sketchy dude. And two, who is that dude? What else does he know? What other titanium things does he have? And I would be over there with a six-pack to find out. If you're on the fence, I say go for it. Yeah, they're crazy expensive, but there's a limited supply. They'll last forever, and if you don't like them, someone else will. You'll have no problem selling them. I'm a fan. Thank you guys for watching. You know I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!